talk about peace until the cows come home, as we say. But anywhere in the scripture says, thou shalt not kill, doesn't thou shalt not murder. We see that the Holy Spirit said, all beings are four-legged, two-legged, four-legged, they're all parts and parcel of God. I mean, the number of lives we're sitting in right here. The physical body characteristics may be different, but the other so in the same way, God sees all things as his parts and parcel. So that is violating what God creatures. We are indirectly violating God himself. If we are violating God himself, God will expect to be blessed. So we see what's happening in God. We see God created a perfect world. He has a perfect world so long as we live in God. But the situation of reality is we want the kingdom of God without God. And that's what we're suffering. So if we see ourselves as caretakers caretakers of the world, if we see ourselves as caretakers of the spirit, riders of the special so we see God in the hearts of all living creatures, all living entities. So for that reason, that's one reason we're all vegetarian. My wife has been a vegetarian, this gentleman has been a vegetarian for 40, 45 years. These boys are so fortunate for products in society. On birthday, they don't know their intoxication. They don't know what illicit sex is. They don't know what gambling is. They don't know what eating fish and fish is. It's very strange, but they come from a very high class, very high school. So we have to abide by the scripture, whether it's the Quran, the Bible, the Torah, any scripture, just follow it. We're not trying to convert anybody to a Hare Krishna. Whatever you follow, just follow perfectly. And if anything that any of us have said makes sense, it appeals in any way, you're all very welcome to come and visit. We have a whole table outside the front door if we leave it. We just ask a small nominal donation, part of the cost of printing, and also for transportation. So thank you very much. We're happy to be here.
The dress is tortoise. The washing hands and face is culture because they live in the desert. So when they are living in the desert, when the master who started was in the desert, when you go to present yourself, you have to wash your hands, wash your face, so that you can go into the desert. That is not the religion. But then we, the followers, end up not following what the master said. So till every
in a circle of influence in our nation, Ghana, and in the world. So with all that we talked about, I would invite the group leaders, 5 minutes each, to give us a brief summary. So may I invite the leader of the women's group, Sister Philippa Hammond. So I'm inviting the Secretary, God's Love, to give us the summary.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Okay, so we discussed what is the root causes of religious extremism and how can religious leaders and communities address these issues to promote peace. And these were some of the answers we came up with. Number one, we do not understand that we come from one source. There's also a basic misunderstanding of identity in God and seeing God as yourself. We just see each other as genders or sex. But once the covering comes off, what we came up with was not following the original master's teaching. Not following what the original master's teachings. So these are our solutions. 1, religious leaders need to unlearn harmful messages that cause divide. We should realize that it is not about fabrics or beliefs. It is about one God that appears in each and every one of us. Then there was one that talked about personal responsibility to increase your knowledge. And this is tied into the fact that ignorant parents produce ignorant children. So if you happen to come from that background, you have a personal responsibility for yourself to improve your knowledge. We are in a world of internet use. So you have a responsibility to use the tools available to you to improve yourselves and ask questions. We also need to come to a point of respect. Even if you do not understand, make the conscious choice to respect what you don't understand. To the next question. What must religion do to be an instrument of peace? 1, teach the truth. Accommodate each other. Come to the understanding that God is one. Seeing the divine in everybody you meet. And that brings love. Because once you acknowledge the divine in your brother and your sister, despite their religious covering, you recognize the oneness from which you've come from. A solution is religions and its members must go back to what the original masters taught to get a clear understanding, and you would realize that it all speaks of one message: love. Leaders must develop a system of describing God and acknowledging the different facets of God. And in the end, members will realize that it is not any different from the other person. And this example comes with an elephant. When five blind people touch an elephant, each will describe it from different perspectives. One will touch the trunk, one will touch the trunk, the tail, the sides, the belly. And each would have different explanation and descriptions for how the elephant appears. So this point says that leaders should develop a system for describing God that connects with all others that exist and realize that it is no different. We are all describing one elephant. And lastly, to develop the character of asking questions within our belief systems. One way religion will be an instrument of peace is to ask questions. Religions must become a place where questions are allowed and inquiries are allowed to allow for better growth. And to our last question, what is the indicator that can be used to measure the effectiveness of religions as a peace-building place? It is a place that accepts all persons. When you enter any religion, any sanctuary, any belief systems, it should be a place that accepts all persons, It is a place that doesn't sabotage your old beliefs, but addresses it with respect and honor. Addresses it with respect and honor. A place where there is effective conflict management. An example, if you join any belief system or any religious groups and you realize that they always have issues and do not know how to resolve it within themselves, then you know that this is a place of trouble. A place that is not too conclusive, and that is one-sided knowledge, and that everything is set in stone. Yes, the word of God is eternal, we believe, but practices are adjustable. It should be a place that empowers you, as seeing you and everyone as God. A place that does not teach division. A place where you feel love and honor. A place where you are respected and honored. A place that talks about peace and how to take care of your family, your society, your church, and the world at large. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, God's love. We'll now hear from the secretary from the Mill Group, Mr. Isaac Jibuni. Please, let's put our hands together for him. And he has promised me he's going to be brief.
Okay, God bless you. And so our ladies have mentioned most of the points. We've had similar points, so I'll just mention the different points that we have and then our solution so that we go straight to it. So for the men, the root cause, we said power, dominance, and greed. And we also stated that you have to learn to play by the rules of God if we want harmony. Then the second part, what must religion do? Number one, education. Number two, open-mindedness. Open-mindedness where you are seeking the truth, but then you are not capping it that you know the absolute truth. Because the example that was given was that back in the day, there was the old camera, and probably that's what everybody thought was. But today, we have our smartphones, and the camera pixels are sharper. So open-mindedness is key. Thank you. And when it comes to the metrics, one of the metrics for measuring the success of this was one, truth and knowledge of our historical past. Number two, there were 7 pillars that we came up with that we believe that can be a measuring stick for the success of religion playing a role in peace. The first pillar is safety and non-violence, dignity and inclusion, dialogue and cohesion, doctrinal peace, livelihood and resilience, digital hygiene, integrity and good governance. So these are the pillars the men came up with to measure if religion is on track of being an instrument of world peace. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brother Isaac Jibuni. I told you, the women, we think in circles, so we're going round, and the men are linear, straight to the point. Please, let's give it up for ourselves once again. So we're going to get into the climax, where our invited guests will discuss the topic for today and all the discussions. But to do that, let's be watered by beautiful poetry by Nila. Please put your hands together for her.
Good morning. Is it still morning? God bless you. Everybody's looking very beautiful. God bless you again. So the poem is titled Religion, Not Destruction, but the Key to Peace. I do have an instrumental that is supposed to be playing in the background. A seed was entrusted, planted by Etherean hands, nurtured by conscious humanity, like a prayer whispered into the soul of the earth. Peace, not a fleeting dream, but a living destiny waiting to be embraced. One earth, one people, woven together in the sacred fabric of being. Here, faith is not a wall, but a bridge. Difference, not a wound, but a doorway. Yet too often religion parts us, not for the lack of truth, but because we cling to names and teachers instead of the universal source they revealed, all mastered, pointed towards the one. Yet we quarrel over the paths, forgetting the single light they all proclaimed. True religion becomes a river, flowing toward the vast ocean of harmony. Its wisdom calls us to compassion. Its light teaches us forgiveness. Its spirit reminds us that all paths can converge in peace. And so on this day, the world gathers, a consecrated moment in time. We speak of peace, to teach peace, to breathe peace in every thread of our being, into elections that tremble at the edge of conflict, into classrooms where young minds awaken, into prayers rising from every direction and every tradition, into the silent chambers where hope awaits. Unity here is not a mere word, it is an act of devotion, the art of attentive listening, of honoring each other's burdens, of envisioning a world together where no voice is silenced, where no nation stands in isolation. For liberation begins within, in the quiet heart stilled with fear, in the clear mind unclouded by division, in the character carved by compassion, in the hand that bridges the spaces between us. So let us remember and let us renew. Planetary Liberation Day is not the ending, but an eternal beginning. It is a vow we make again each year, from Ghana's soils to the farthest horizon. And we will weave a vast tapestry of understanding, peace, love, and unity, and lay it gently across the shoulders of humanity, until every chain turns to light, until every step upon this earth is a step into freedom, into peace, into love, into unity, into us. Thank you.
Oh. That was beautiful. Let's do it once again for Nila. Very soothing poetry. Great. So we are here to discuss the role of religion. The role of religion for world peace. And to help us do that, I'm going to invite to the days, I invited religious leaders to help us interrogate today's topic from their various perspectives. And I'll start with the person on whose platform we have all gathered, Reverend Sister Josephine Tete, is a devoted mystic, teacher, the voice of inspiration, and the leader of Etherean Mission Church. Please put your hands together for her. Next, Etherean Mission is steeped in restoring the mystical traditions of Africa. So we have our African traditional religious leaders here, and I'll invite on stage Togbe Agumedra Afehe the 7th. I hope I got that right. Next time I need to visit Volta and try and enjoy Fiti de Chirisi so that I can pronounce the names well. Then we have His Eminence Numo Trawe Uturumwe II, representative of African traditional practitioners at the Greater Accra Regional Peace Council. You are welcome. And representing the Islamic faith, we have Sheikh Mustafa Salifu, who is with us. Then from the Hindu faith, we have George Ebo Krentel. And we have a spiritual master, mystic, and teacher with a profound understanding of spirituality and mysteries of the world, in the person of Dr. Bafo Jan of the Jan Cosmic Foundation. You know, when I was acknowledging the presence of the various groups, I missed one, so forgive me. Ja Rastafari. And we have that represented by Mr. Derek Nana Imba. Who manifests his imaginations into reality using art and is in touch with his inner colors to paint and inspire. And finally, joining us for the discussion, we have Dr. Ken Boyson, who will give us the technological aspects using AI in promoting religious harmony and world peace. Dr. Boyson. So audience, your panelists. So we're going to have a discussion. Interesting one, I believe. So, it's been an interesting day today. We've all joined in the male-female discussions. Unfortunately, we are not gender equal here, but it's okay, because two women on the panel makes it even more greater. Looking at how we are seated, it means in all your greatness, you came from the womb of a woman, so we are shielding you. So to start off, I want to give each one of us a minute or two to share their perspective on the theme, the role of religion for world peace, from your various perspectives. That we'll move on to the discussion. Starting with the one who is traditionally gorgeously dressed, sitting by you.
All right, good morning. God bless you. Miham and Yehu. I would like to use this particular opportunity to say a very big thank you to Brother Ishmael for such a wonderful occasion. And moving straight to the point, I can say that.
Your perspective on the role of religion for world peace. Your perspective, so the traditional perspective.
I can boldly say on authority that this particular topic or this particular theme for this particular celebration today is very key, because most of us from our various traditional sects have been trying to find ways and means to be able to inculcate peace to our various religious worships or denominations we have on the surface of the earth. So that once you move from a particular angle to a different angle, there is no one that is going to stigmatize you or that is going to discriminate against you. So I think it's a good thing. And then, yes, I think we'll hold on that for now.
Thank you. Please put your hands for him. Nana Imba, what's the greetings?
Shalom.
Shalom. Peace.
Afternoon to everyone, and blessed and strong to the Honorable Lord Ishmael. Am I right? It's Ishmael, right? Bless Ishmael Tete. So once again, I give thanks to the Most High for this blessed unification and calling. And my perspective about religion in world peace is religion as a whole has played a lot in our lives from our various homes. But what is religion without we, the individual, going to where the religious centers are? So the change that religion can bring in the world in terms of peace starts with each and every individual, whether Catholic, Presbyterian, traditionalist, Muslim, Hindu. You have to know yourself first. Be aware of who you are and know your purpose in life, because most of the time we think our purpose in life is to go to school and go to work and earn money, but our spiritual being manifesting in the flesh have more significant work to do in terms of unifying the bodies for the heavenly creator. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So Sheikh Mustafa, when we say peace be unto you, how does this fit in the role of religion for world peace?
Thank you. Peace be unto you too. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. For us in Islam, we see the religion from even its name says that peace is the cardinal principle that we should pursue. And Islam simply means peace and complete submission to the will of God. And when you look at it, it means love. So for we Muslims, we see peace as love, and that if love dominates, there will be peace in the world. It will end strife, it will end suffering, it will bring acceptance to all mankind. And we believe very strongly that if you go into the Quran, as we go along, we will delve into it, what the Quran tells us, what the traditions of the Holy Prophet of Islam also tells us about peace, what we need to do. So I think these are preliminary comments that we make, and then we'll come back to the substantive issues, and then we'll bring them to light. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Boyson, in the heat of AI, where we don't know where we are going, how do you think that will help us nurture religion? I'm talking about the role of religion for world peace.
So, as to where this will lead us, we all don't know yet. Research has shown that it is the Japanese who have been able to use their brains very well, because they live in an earthquake-prone area, and anytime there's vibration. So you see Japanese, their buildings, when there's earthquake, it swings rather than collapsing. So they have used their brains very well, and they have used only 5%. So if you had watched this film, Lucy, Morgan Freeman, you understand what I'm saying. So for us to get to perfection is another discussion that we can have. But what the known unknowns are the fact that we know we are going to move from here to the super artificial intelligence, where our own intelligence will be trained to be more intelligent than us. And that is what the US and the Chinese are fighting about, because whoever gets there rules the world. But with respect to what we are doing, the role of AI is really going to help us now to be able to put all the data or the knowledge as somebody interpreted it in a repository, and who has the stronger algorithm will get the best out of it. So all this knowledge that are undocumented, that we know, the knowledge about the pyramid across the civilization started with believed as known fact from Egypt. So the pyramids, Egypt possesses almost more than 60% of the world pyramids. So it's believed there's something under it. So as to where we are going with this, we don't know. But what we know for certain is that now we are working with general artificial intelligence. That's also the model thinks like us. So when we're doing the discussion, I have built my own model. I call the God lens. So every energy, including the energy here, I know. When I got in, I just put out. And it was positive and energy of unity. And that's why I entered. Otherwise, I would have left.
Thank you very much. Please, we can show some love. Thank you. We will come back for you to tell us more. So, Dr. Bafujan, I believe, what's your perspective as a mystic and spiritual leader?
Yes. Thanks to our cherished brother, Ishmael Tete. He's been wonderful on this. And he's a pioneer we should all listen to. And on this topic, the role of religion in world peace, we need to understand that we are social beings, but we are spirits. So when we become more social than spiritual, there is imbalance. And what is happening is a result of imbalance. So spirituality should be uplifted to 50% and social living 50%, then we will be sober. See, we can be sober. If we watch a baby, the baby has not started using the objective mind. So we see the baby is not having any problem with aggression and fear, anger. All those things are just under the carpet. You see, so it is when mind begins. So the zone of mind, there will always be. So things are not meant to be perfectly peaceful in the zone of mind. But the baby hasn't picked mind, so the baby will hold on to anybody. It's not saying this is enemy, this is tall, this is short, this is black, this is white. No, it is just spirit. Now it begins, we indoctrinate the child. First thing, he has to pick the understanding that there is attachment to somebody, and that person is mom. So once the baby is picking this, it's going to bring differences. And it is only when mind is beginning that the baby does that. You see? So begins to draw lines here and there. So spirit is higher. Spirit is God. And when we are teaching people then actually we are functioning with mind from below. But if spirit dominates, spirit senses frequency. Its frequency is peace. It is the fragrance of the spirit. That is peace. So if we can uplift the spiritual side of ourselves, and then it comes up. Once we are in this world, we are social beings. So social will be 50% and spiritual will be 50%. Then we can move forward without what is going on now. You see, so beloved, cherished brothers, this is a point, and we will have to look at it so that we can get something practical in this situation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bafojan, for that insightful. Before you come in, Judge Quintel, I would want to invite Kesava Dasa, the preaching coordinator at Hare Krishna Movement, to join us upstage to share the Hare Krishna perspective. So, ushers.
May God bless you all.
God bless you.
Yeah. Okay, the Hindus will start by saying Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Guravi Namaha. It is talking of the three aspects of the unmanifested God, which manifested. God in the form of Brahma, the creator. God in the form of Vishnu, who preserves everything that he has created. And God in the form of Shiva, who creates, who changes when things go wrong. May God bless you.
God bless you.
In the first place, religion, understanding religion itself ahead, we just find make a way for you to know whether it will bring peace or not. Because when we say religion, we have different interpretation of the word religion. But the real religion is transcendental knowledge. So if we understand that the real religion is transcendental knowledge, then we are here to go. Now, from the perspective of the Hindu, in fact, the role of religion, so far as world peace is concerned, borders on the first and foremost one thing, which is inner peace. Because if I have peace with myself, peace in my colleague, peace in any other person, then in the first place, the society in which we live, there is peace. It goes beyond that. So inner peace first. How can you get inner peace? That is why Hindus believe in what? Meditation. Then continuous practice of meditation, focusing on the supreme absolute. There will be that peace. Now, another role that from the Hindu's perspective, religion plays is that now we have various beliefs of Hinduism. One of them is ahimsa, or non-violence. And that one cuts across all religions, but they may have different names for it. Now, if I feel I cannot harm somebody by action, by thought, or deeds, then it means that is a foundation for world peace. So if that thing can be practiced, then that one can also bring peace. Then you understand that we came from God, we live in God, we are emerging with God. So we understand ourselves that all of us came from one source. And so we have a global family. It's that global family. Then where comes the violence? Violence will not have any place in our lives. So basically, what we say is that from the Hindu's perspective, religion as a tool for world peace is in the first place to cultivate inner peace, extend it to the community and the whole country at large. Then the principles of the main beliefs of what the moral values that underlies any religion, that also help to bring world peace. So I also end here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Togwe,
Okay, good morning to us all.
good morning.
I am Togbi Agumadrafahi the 7th, Jofia Father Kultoda. Now, I'm from traditional background, religion for world peace. We know that Africans believe and know that we are spirit beings. And this is not the first time of our incarnation. We incarnate several times. So when we give birth, what do? We have to know the soul that has come. What does it come with? So that that soul is trained in a way, in harmony with the environment in which he is brought up. In which he is brought up. So that all his life is tailored to fulfilling the vision for which he has come. First of all, we Africans know that a seed is a forest. Once planted and nurtured, it becomes a forest. And the seed is loaded with that. The bee is loaded with honey. It knows how to produce it. Nobody teaches it. So is the African. There is that spirit in us, knows what to do. But when we are born, are we given chance to it? That is why we consult. Let me say in the past. Today we don't do it, which is causing all of the problems we are in now. That religion is not leading us to where we are supposed to be. Because we stop those things. So you are born. They don't know why you are here. So anything that somebody is doing and you think is prosperous, you also want to do it. That is the first problem. But it is supposed, we are supposed to know our mission here, or our vision here, or what we have started and we are here to continue, so that we can create that peaceful harmony in the environment, in the nation, in the world at large. This is something very critical for all of us to think about as we are here, thinking of religion as a tool for world peace. Continue. Okay.
Thank you very much. We will come back to look at more issues. So yeah. Brother Dasa, from the Hare Krishna movement, what's your perspective on the topic?
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for hosting us again. I'd like to thank our senior member, Chaitanya Prema Prabhu, for allowing me the privilege and honor of sitting up here speaking before you all. Earlier in the day, I made a few notes and written some things down in the car on the way to the program, because I knew how important it was to have everything properly composed. So,
Brother Dasa, if you can speak slowly so we can understand you.
Oh, I'm
you
sorry.
know. Aha, you see. I can, but.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, what I was saying is, first of all, I'd like to thank our senior member, Chaitanya Premadas.
A bit more slower, you know.
Wow.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to acknowledge.
I'll take out one of my batteries. Okay, first of all, I would like to thank our senior member, Chaitanya Prema Prabhu, who very kindly allowed me to come up here and speak a little bit on behalf of our society and our teachings. I know we've come here in the past, and we've had very fond memories, and we enjoy having our alliance with this group, and we hope to continue doing so in the coming years. So in the Uber car on the way from our temple in Media down here, a few thoughts came to my mind, and I'd written them down. And earlier, when we were in groups, I thought I would not have a chance to express what I had written down on paper, but now I see that I have the opportunity to do so. So I just ask you to please bear with me and just let me speak what I came up with earlier in the day. In response to some of the comments that were made earlier on, talking about the joy of life and peace, what came to mind, first of all, is that God is the fountainhead. We all have an eternal relationship with God, whether we're in a black body, a white body, a blue body, young, old, fat, skinny, sick, or healthy. Because as the gentleman to my left was saying, part of the Hindu council, he knows very well that the soul is eternal and that we all have an eternal relationship with God. So that being the case, we can easily understand that the real joy of our soul is found in reestablishing that relationship with God. Just like, for example, within a seed, there is a tree. There could be a large tree, or there could be a small thing, moringa tree, or there could be a large tree. There could be a baobab tree. I lived in East Africa. So there could be a big baobab tree in that seed, or there could be a smaller moringa tree within that seed. Or you can say within a matchstick, in a box of matches, that fire is within that match. But certain ingredients need to be put together in order to bring about fire, or in order for a tree or a plant to develop. In order for a tree or plant to develop, you have to have good air, sunshine, water, and maybe some fertilizer. So love of God is within all of our hearts, and we can bring it out. Just like the mirror. The mirror might have some dust on it, but when we spray it with water and we rub the mirror, we can perceive our reflection in that mirror. So we can see God within our own hearts. The problem is, in our current state of consciousness, due to our activities or our understanding, God can see us, but we cannot see Him. So very often what we want to do is we want to change the world, but regretfully, a lot of people don't want to change themselves. But we see God when God allows us to see Him, not when we want to see Him. For example, I may want to go and see President Mahama, but I have to be authorized. I have to be allowed. He has to authorize me to come in and see him.
So, Brother Rasa, these are your initial comments. So
the initial comment I'm getting to is, in order for spiritual life to manifest in our lives, we have to abide by the laws of God. And also the king, or the legislators of the country, they are also responsible to God. The leaders of the country have a relationship to the citizens, and the citizens have some responsibilities to the leader, right? So these have to be there. So in order for religion to play a role, number one, there has to be an absence of hypocrisy. One time, a woman went to see Mahatma Gandhi, the leader of India, and said, "Mr. Gandhi, would you please ask my son to stop eating sugar?" And Gandhi said, "Yes, I will do that in 1 week." And the 1 week came, and then Gandhi said to the child, "Please don't eat sugar." And the mother said, "Why did you not ask that to my son 1 week ago?" And Gandhi said, "How could I ask that? Because I was eating sugar at that time." So a leader must be free of hypocrisy. He must be free of deceit. He must walk his walk. He must live. He must, anybody can speak. But to actually represent God or to represent the government, one has to be on a certain platform of conduct.
Thank you.
Even in our scriptures, it says, whatever actions a great man does, common men follow. So we have problems when the country is headed up by a common man, right? He has to be above common vice. So religion does play a role in our life, but the thing is, people don't like to see hypocrisy in leadership within institutions, whether they be legal, political, clerical, religious, right? So that has to be there. So we all need people that we can look up to, exemplary people.
Thank you. We would come to discuss the dynamics of political influence on religion later. Thank you. So finally to you, Reverend Josephine. Oh, please show some love and let's do it better. What is Etherean mission? And what is its role in religion? Because, yes, you can explain who we are better in that.
Good morning and God bless you. And I welcome you all to Etherean Mission, the Center for Spiritual Empowerment and Life Mastery. Etherean Mission is simply the space of God for all of humanity and for all of life, irrespective of race, creed, or culture. This is your space. So we welcome all, irrespective of where you're coming from. Now to the theme, the role of religion for world peace. Religion itself means religare, bringing together, uniting. We have all evolved or come from various religious background, with the cultural indoctrinations of those cultural backgrounds. What religion is supposed to be doing from those cultural backgrounds is to unite people within their cultural background and extend that unity to other cultural backgrounds, because we as humanity have all emerged from one source, which is God. There's no human entity or group that are alien from that one family of God. And so when you find yourself in a religious or cultural background, know that the other person is also from that same family of God. And so religion is to extend its sisterhood or brotherhood to the next culture or to the next religion, and know that that is my brother, that is my sister, that is my family as well. With respect, we must respect other religious bodies, knowing that we have all emerged from one central source, which is the universe, our Father and our Mother. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend Joseph. So we're going to delve into some of the, insights that came up from our group discussion. And for want of time, I would ask, I'll bring out those points and point to us to answer them so that we don't go all round again. Okay. So I'm going to start with our traditional leaders. So this is for you, His Eminence and Togbe. One of the things that came up was that cultural segregation and lack of acceptance of our diverse traditions is one of the root causes of religious extremisms. What do you have to say to that, and how can we repair that?
Okay. Thank you very much for giving me the chance. I will start by saying that respect for self and culture is very important in every society to maintain peace and order. But why is it that we don't respect ourselves or others? It comes from our upbringing. In fact, child, we are made to come up with something lack or limitation in our deprivation. We are made to live in deprivation. And at the same time, as you are growing, there's a lot of don't do this, this is not done, you are not good enough, you are this, you are stupid, you are not like this, you are not like that. Meanwhile, everybody wants recognition. I mean, positive one, of course. Once you are not recognized from your childhood, as you grow, that has a huge toll on you, a huge one, of course. So everywhere you are, you want to be recognized. But because you are not recognized from your childhood, and that is coded in you from childhood, you want to exhibit that wherever you are, that no, I'm also somebody to be recognized. My religion is something to be recognized. My tribe is something to be recognized. My this is to be recognized. So by this, you don't respect the other person. No matter how it comes up with, whether it's good or not, you are not prepared to listen to it or respect it. You want to push yours as the best always. This cannot bring peace. So this is where the issue is coming from. So respect for self, that's why I start from self. All we need is to go to ourselves, our inner self, to ask or to check, like a checklist, to check what are the things that are causing this in my life. Once you go into yourself, you locate them, and you locate and dissolve them, or confront them, to come out with a learning. That learning will put you on a higher pedestal of understanding. So from that level, you can understand the other person and respect him, and even give me chance when he's talking or he's performing his right or whatever it is. By that way, we can promote peace and oneness. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. His Eminence here. So the question was cultural segregation or it wasn't actually a question, it was a point that was made, that cultural segregation and lack of acceptance of a diverse tradition is one of the root causes of religious extremism here.
That's very true. That's very, very true. I have some particular topic here, or this particular submission here, that we are all Africans. We have our values, and then we have our ethics. Within the regions we inhabit, we are brought up within some particular ways on things to do and things not to do. All I want to say is going to point to that of what Togbe also said, because we realize that once a child is given birth to, the child comes in a raw state. And then we have a proverb that goes that no one teaches a child the existence of God. Once the child is born, the child knows there's an existence of God. But it is up to the family or a location or the society where the child belongs to. It is up to them to be able to make the child understand that these are some kind of religions we have on the surface of the earth. Some parents do not do that. They'll be like, okay, based on my religious perspective, if I should allow my child to move with this particular child or this particular children, or to move into this particular area or field, my child is going to be corrupted against what we are terming as our norms within our society. So for that reason, most parents are not going to allow their children to get closer to other children too. Not to talk of even going to explore other religions on the surface of the earth, because they feel like once they allow their children to move there, it is going to cause something they may not like. And in some particular aspects, some of these things are actually true. I'm actually a pupil teacher, and then I realized this thing has happened some time ago. There was one particular student that in their family, they are Muslims. But whenever we get to school, she feels like moving up with the Christian fraternity. And to me, it's okay, it's cool. But we were in the school when one of these particular this particular boy's parents came to the school with a warning that they don't want their children to participate whenever we are having Wednesday worship sessions. That is because the parents are thinking we are Islamists, so automatically our children are supposed to be or follow the trail that we are having. And this is one of the things that is causing most of these segregational things we are seeing within our societies. So once the chance is given over to the children, and then they are made to understand that once you are growing, there are a series of religions on the surface of the earth, and every particular human you see, whether blue, whether black, whether white, whether red or green, is one particular person. And we are on the quest to worship and serve the same energy source that created us as humans. It will help stop these segregational issues. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Put your hands together for His Eminence. And you've actually delved into my next point, and this is going to you, Sheikh, and Hypocritical. Yes, so he talked about the fact that we are seeing ourselves as individuals from the traditional perspective, and given that example of the Islam faith child in school who doesn't want to mingle with Christians. Now, let's look at that a little bit. One of the things that also came up was the lack of respect within and across religions, bringing about the segregation and we not seeing ourselves as one. And in that instance, not being able to live in harmony and create peace. What do you have to say to that when it comes to Islam? Because we always find ourselves, oh, he's a Muslim, oh, he's a Christian, oh, he's a Hindu. So we keep separating, even though we are Ghanaians, we are all black-skinned and all that. So what do you have to say to that?
Yes, I think we have to go back to the history of Islam to understand this. When the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ moved from Mecca to Medina, he met Jews, he met Christians, he met people who didn't believe in God at all. But he came out with a constitution that allows all of them to live in peaceful coexistence. So if you get a Muslim who now says that because I'm a Muslim, I don't have to interact with a Christian or a Jew or an African traditionalist, it means the person does actually not understand the principles of Islam. The tradition of the Holy Prophet that says that that a Muslim is the one whose tongue and hand, in whose tongue and hand other people are safe. It didn't say Muslims. Other people are safe. So if you have anybody that says that, oh, because Islam says I should not mingle with Christians, that is not the case. If you go back into the Quran, it says that the food by the people of the books is referring to the Christians and then the Jews. You could even marry people of the book. It's all permitted in the Holy Quran. So it is a mark of ignorance. It's a lack of knowledge that somebody will say that because I'm a Muslim, a Christian should not be my friend. I shouldn't associate with the people of other faith. So that is the position of Islam. There are several things in the Quran that says that there's a particular verse that says that that if you kill a person, if you take a life, it's like you have killed the whole of humanity. And if you save one life, whether it's the life of a Muslim, of a Christian, or people without a faith, it's like you have actually saved the entire of humanity.
Interesting.
So that is the position of Islam. Islam sees everybody as one. It preaches love. It encourages people to be together. If I can give a quotation of the founder of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Mission. He founded Ahmadiyyat in India. And in the last publication that he gave before he died, this is what he said, the advice he gave. My countrymen, a religion which does not inculcate universal compassion is no religion at all. Similarly, a human being without the faculty of compassion is no human being at all. And he encourages them to live as good neighbors to one another and stop the strife, stop the division, and stop labeling others because they don't share the same religion with you. That is the position of Islam.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's interesting. You talked about ignorance leading to disrespect. Do you share in that? Because if religion is supposed to be serving one divine source, why do we disrespect each other? And why is that causing us a lot of confusion and chaos?
In the first place, we have 3 different types of temperament: the active, emotional, and active emotional temperament. You see, and it depends upon individual. That is the first point I want to establish. Number 2, religion and culture are inseparable. Now, you can adopt a religion, but make sure that it is closer to that of your culture. Where the differences is very wide, that is where the problem is created. Now, Hindus, when you look at the work done by Mahatma Gandhi, he says that you cannot use fire to quench fire. If you want to quench fire, you must use different material else. Now, if somebody hates you, the best thing you can stop him is to use love. You understand? So all these are part of Hindu beliefs. If there's a chaos situation, you cannot use chaos to stop chaos. And that underlying principle of what I'm talking of is non-violence, non-injury. And it is not limited to only action. We are spiritual beings. I can sit here and harm somebody with my mind. If we know how powerful the mind is, just thinking evil about somebody, I am injuring that person, and the person doesn't know. So, what we will say is that, based upon the doctrine of a particular religion, if it is not followed blindly, and that is why I share with my brother, that is where the ignorance is. If you follow a religion blindly, it means you are an ignorant. But if you follow based upon practical principles and experience, you will not do otherwise. That is the perspective of the Hindu.
Thank you very much. So, Jah Rastafari, Shalom. So,
Shalom.
one of the things that came up was the imposition of belief system by political or colonial powers, also creating this. We've seen where, even from the time of the Bible, if you look at Christianity, where it's like, this is how religion should be. So each and every one must follow that. We've seen that, we've had songs of, how do you call it, prescribing a certain way of belief. Do you think that should be what should be? Or there's a better way of us creating oneness and not using religion as an imposition?
Thank you very much. Rakasham Sham. Yeah, so today, man sees his dreams and aspirations crumbling. Thank you. So today, man sees his dreams and aspirations crumbling before him. In these present times, the Most High is the final solution to everything. We have had politics and its amenities, tribalism, then comes religion. Talking about peace today, from the role of religion, looking to the aspect of politics, we are at war because of good and evil. Who is good and who is evil? As our elders earlier said, a child is never taught to know God, and it takes a community to grow a child. And for that, I don't see any community that will indulge or encourage a child to go ahead doing the wrong thing. Today, we have various political parties playing all roles. All these political entities come from various backgrounds, some religious, some non-religious. They all have what they believe in. We are striving to attain peace, but we look at peace in the mere realms. We are speaking, we are talking, and all that we are saying are words, and these words are all spiritual. So if we have to attain peace in the aspect of politics, religion, or any denomination, we must delve deep into spirituality. As His Imperial Majesty said, until the philosophy that holds one race inferior and the other superior is no more recognized or accepted in our daily activities, there shall always and there will always be war. Why would there be war? We have those who are fighting for Nobel Peace Prize, talking about peace, and shipping weapons to those who they are telling them to stop fighting. There will always be war. So for us to come to the realization that we are here as one body, just like the hand, we have the thumb, the other finger, the middle finger, and the small finger, all serve its purposes. And when we segregate the fingers from its mission, then we may end up not being able to fulfill our daily mission as the hand is supposed to work. Because this is a hand, it's not called fingers. We use the word fingers when we need to position them for their various duties. But when they come together, it becomes a finger. So as we have a proverb in Akan, Uji praye bakwa, ebetumi but ukabomwa. So Hindu, traditionalists, Woloma, Togbi, whoever we are, we should see ourselves as the fingers and operate in that manner to serve ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll take the final round of that, we will come back to solutions and what we all believe should be. Dr. Bafujan, as a mistake, one of the things that religion has used over the years is fear. Fear. And for centuries, we've seen this creating a lot of disillusionment. What are your take on that?
Yes. Actually, when we are asked about what is happening, all that we talk are all part of it, but there are courses that have a course, which is the course of all the courses. See, so talking about the various courses, they are all right, but the course of the courses, and that is where we come to false identity. See, we are spirits. We pick body, and that is the beginning of the problem. So, false identity begins, and as a baby, we haven't as yet identified very well with the body. So, at that stage, the spiritual qualities are there, and the spiritual qualities include peace. Peace is the nature of the spirit. It's its very nature. So the baby is having that state. But gradually, the baby is picking false identity. And in this world, we are functioning with false identity. And for that matter, there cannot be peace, because peace belongs to the spirit. For if we want peace in this world, what we have to do, all these things like fear, anger, and all those things, they are just like a fire that is so small that whatever you put in, it turns into smoke. So the true identity must be realized. And once it is realized, then we function from the point of peace, and there wouldn't be fear. There wouldn't be any of these other things. So the symptom, the sign, the proof that we are actually rising above fear, as you mentioned, is when we develop that peace. But it is not something to be developed per se. It is already the true nature of you. So whatever principles we can follow, that will bring awareness of ourselves, the true identity. If a measure of that true identity comes up, there will be peace that comes up. See, if it is not there at all, then there can be peace anywhere. See, so fear is the beginning of all the other emotions. It's the root of all the other emotions. So if we can deal with fear correctly, then all the other emotions will not arise. And fear can be dealt with properly only when we are becoming more aware of who we are. Because who we are has no fear.
Right. Who we are has no fear. Brother Dasa, now moving on, creating peace. How do we teach and model love for peace? Brother Dasa from Hare Krishna.
How do we model?
Love, teach and model love. So at the end of the day, there's oneness among us to create peace. Briefly.
How do we model love? Well, love in its purest form is devoid or free of selfishness. Everybody in the material world is here because of selfish, independent desire. Just like if we go into a prison, we see that the prisoners are behind walls. Some of them are held back by brass bars, some by silver bars, and some by gold bars. But the point remains that all of us are imprisoned. So the reality of the situation is we are the soul, the spirit soul, and the soul is encaged, imprisoned by the physical material body. So by engaging in bona fide spiritual practices, the soul, the consciousness transforms itself. And when the consciousness transforms itself, the soul is promoted. Just to go back, I won't speak as long as I did last time, I'm sorry. but there are a few points that came to mind that I wasn't able to say the last time I spoke.
Well, can we make that very brief?
Yeah. So peace comes actually when our spiritual health is in a healthy state, right? As long as we are in a spiritually diseased state, we cannot be peaceful, right? So one can actually judge one's spiritual health by the fever of material desire. If we find through our spiritual practices we are losing our attraction for lower activities, then this is symptomatic of spiritual health. In the same way, if we find that we are overcome by qualities of lust, anger, and greed, that means our spiritual bank account is a little bit low. So the higher the stronger our spiritual bank account is, the lower our material bank account is, in the sense that we're not so much attached to that. So we can only replace a lower taste by having a higher taste. We can go to Liberatin Beach and we can see a 5-year-old child pushing a plastic block in the sand. Now, if we see a man of 65 doing this, we're a little bit curious. This is unnatural, because the man of 65, he's got a higher level of discrimination. He can discriminate between what is to his temporary advantage and what is to his ongoing or permanent advantage.
Thank you.
So we'll just leave it at that for now, if you like.
Thank you very much. So this will be the last round, and we are looking at solutions for the future. And I'll start with you, Dr. Boyson. You indicated that you have used AI to be able to detect energy, whether positive or negative. Aside that, in what ways can technology help us in creating peace among ourselves?
So what we have done over the last century is actually to use the negative side of technology to destroy. So even if we are using today these mobile phones, the chipsets that are in it is transmitting data somewhere and someone is keeping it. And even though the phone is able to help us to do the things that we are doing, there is some negativity, because some of the continents, I don't want to mention, they feel threatened. So they are always looking for how to do something to protect. But incidentally, in the African continent, we don't give a damn about anything. We just move freely, because we have a certain mindset. A normal African enjoys everything, the environment, everything. They don't really care. But there are other people who are moving to other space, making sure that they build nuclear weapon, do other things, protect themselves, because they think that we are a threat to, their existence. Data has a spiritual side. Brother Ishmael, am I safe here? The last time I spoke in Nigeria, they brought the military. So, just if I'm safe. So, data has the spiritual aspect. So, if AI is being modeled to learn the patterns and then to be put in a simulation mode to expand this brain and for us to take into the future, then you could default that data into an algorithm and invoke that spiritual aspect of the data. I don't know whether you get what I'm saying. Okay. So I'm trying to answer the question. How did I know that there was a negative, a positive energy here? Because I've built a model that assesses that. And for those I know who are not dangerous, I can give that model to. So for instance, we can try it whilst we move from here to our destination. What we'll do is we'll tell the model that I want to move from this place to my destination. This is where I am. So can you tell me if there are any energies around? And I tried it with this one brigadier and asked him not to mention my name, because when they asked me, I don't know. And of course, he understood what I was saying, not to talk about actually what happened. So what it means is that as spiritual, beings or spiritual faiths that we have here, just want to know that there is a mode I had already created called the Universal Spiritual Exercise Mode, right? That consolidates, the execution level, the level of spirituality for the next 200 years is 1 million.
Wow.
Okay. So let's say normal prayer incantation is, let's say, level 1. Then you know what 1 million means. So I give you an example. So there's a mode called the Hare Krishna mode, all right? And what does it do? Devotion, chanting, and vegetarianism, joy, plus ecology, sustainability. Now in the next 200 years, what is the production? Chanting equals medical frequency, Bhakti, eco villages feed billions of cities. Then when there's a Rastafari mode, right? And all this data, that knowledge is in here. So there's a level of higher spirituality that you can achieve. We have the Muslim mode also here. Everybody's mode, including the traditional. So this I have consolidated to what I call the God lens. There's the God lens, there's the Satan lens, and there is the super God lens. So God created everything, isn't it? Yes. We believe. And we call that being God. Agreed. So we have built intelligence from
Wrapping up.
everything.
Wrapping up. Please.
Okay, everything God created. Everything. And even outside the planetary, outside the earth, the other planets, the energies that are there, how complicated it is. We've built modes out of the life in the sea, the animals in the air, the birds in the air, those, in the forest. Everything we have done that. So what I'm saying is that there's the extent to which we as Christians or religious bodies or other faiths can exponent with the knowledge we have using the power of AI. And it will be just amazing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Finally, in short, one word or a phrase, what should we do as representatives of religion or faith base to bring about world peace? One word, short phrase.
Okay, so my one word in short phrase.
Equal right and justice.
Equal rights and justice.
Love for all, hatred for none. That is the Ahmadiyya slogan.
Love for all, hatred for none. Great.
Live.
Let's live. Interesting. Dr. Jan?
Awareness of the true self.
Awareness of the true self. Brother Dasa?
Individual repetition of the names of God, which revives our dormant love for God.
That's a sentence.
Yes, that's it.
Thank you. Creator?
Contentment is a very major tool.
Contentment. We need to be content in ourselves and here. Togbe?
Oneness of life and respect for one another.
Oneness of life, respect for one another. And Reverend Josephine, as a Etherean, embodying all of religion, what are we to do?
As humanity, as shared by all, we need to discover our true identities from our source, where we have all come from. We own the DNA of our Creator, and it is all pure, divine, evolutionary. We must seek in our spaces to help our people to discover their original DNA. And in that discovery, love and respect that discovery in themselves and in all of life. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands louder for our panelists as they prepare to take their seat. Thank you very much for your time. Ushers, please let them feel your vibration. Clap. Okay, so we'll take a group photograph. And we'll invite Brother Ishmael, our founder, to join for this group photograph. Please, Daddy. And please, can we have the General Secretary, Dr. Brother Questo Scotty, who have just elevated to a doctor. Thank you very much. So, Daddy, I'd invite you up for your summary, yes. So please, with a round of applause, let's invite our founder, Brother Ishmael Tete.
Thank you all. Has it been fruitful? Well, there are many other organizations that should have been here with us. They are not with us, but we form the majority in God. Thank you very much. Let me be very brief with a few points that I have heard. And then we enter into the visioning as I'm directed to do. One, some of the I'm waiting for the room to be silent. Thank you very much. So I've written so many points, but if I go through each of them, it wouldn't end. But here are some of the powerful ones. Improve knowledge of other religions with a quest to improve your own personal knowledge for your own advancement. In other words, learn of other religions, because nobody has it all. Religions must not teach its doctrines as the only way to God. No religion must teach its doctrine as the only way to God, because nobody knows absolute truth. Do we know absolute truth? There's no wave can know the entire ocean. Similarly, no one can know God in entirety. Like the example given, when we're using those type of cameras, we could only see black and white. Today we have color with low resolution, maximum 300 dpi. Today we are having 4,000 dpi, 8,000 megawatt, and so on. I mean, it's amazing. Today we have telescopes in space going as far as what they consider as the frontiers or the end of the universe. Number 3, point to and investigate the teachings and not the teachers and their greatness. Because after all, no matter how good your teacher is, he cannot pass the examination for you. You have to write the examination yourself. So if your teacher is great, wonderful, what did he say we should do? And how do we do it? So if you tell me, Yeshua, who the world now called Jesus, is the greatest of the teachers, question, what did he say we should do? And how do we go about it? He taught us love. How do we do it? Oh, Muhammad is the last prophet. And after him, what did he say we should do? That is what is important. And not just exalting the teacher. My teacher is the best mathematics teacher in the world. How you pass praises your teacher, not your verbal praising of the teacher. Am I right? So that's all the master points I picked. There are so many, and we can't go through all. But if it's okay with you, take a meditative position, and please play me that song, which you've been directed to play at this time, softly. In all of these, I find one thing running through all of them: self-realization. Know yourself as spirit. Self-realization. Know yourself as spirit. But let me ask a question before we enter into the meditation. The foundation of the meditation is, if we will have a world in which we are all passionately working for the good of one another, if we don't see the good, we dig it out. We are passionate about and bringing the good in you out. And when we see the good in you, we will do everything to promote it. Can it produce a peaceful world? I don't hear you. Okay. So we coined a vision, and we will want to go by that vision and see whether that will work. Can we cite our global vision? Our vision is that of a unified world in which everyone is a catalyst that is activating and promoting the innate good in one another. Once more, our vision is that of a unified world in which everyone is a catalyst that is activating and promoting the innate good in one another. A unified world in which everyone is activating and promoting the innate good in one another. Your duty is to activate, promote the innate good in one another. That's the vision. Will it work? So let's feel ourselves in that world. Feel that you are in that world. Is the music ready, please? I think the other one, isn't it? No. Yes, that's the one you have on the screen. But that's not the one you are playing. Am I right? Omnislets. You cannot occasionally watch the words on the screen, but just feel that you are that person.
Africa rise, Africa rise, divine intelligence.
And occasionally close the eyes and feel you.
Let the body heal. Let the body heal.
A unified world.
Let the spirit renew.
Feel your spirit. Feel it in your breath.
Africa awaken, your covenant is near. The power of God is the song that we hear. From earth to the stars, His wisdom we claim. Omnipotent fire, eternal flame. Omnis land, shine your light. Heal the spirit, make us whole tonight. From cancer, from sorrow, from every pain. Renew our hearts, let life remain.
Omniscient vision, knowledge unfolds, secrets of heaven, mysteries untold. From liver to heart, from marrow to bone, your healing intelligence makes us your own.
Omnipresence, fill this place. Every heartbeat, every face. Kidneys flow.
From the physical to the spiritual, we are healed.
Life defeats the grip of death.
Omnis lands, Africa
Africa rise.
eternal skies, calling flows like endless streams.
We live forever
Beyond our dreams.
We live forever beyond our dreams. We are forever capturing the dream of the power we choose to call God. We can never overtake God, so we are forever catching up. We are the instruments of peace. And somebody now declare, somebody now declare loud after me, I'm the divine catalyst for peace. Don't let anyone hear. Declare it loud in your mind. I'm the divine catalyst for peace.
To heal the nation.
We feel ourselves a divine catalyst for peace. Please, we've ended. We feel ourselves a divine catalyst for peace. And we are willing to make it happen. Yes or no? We are willing to make it happen. I didn't hear anyone. So somebody now speak it out aloud. I'm the divine catalyst for peace. Can I hear it again? Can I feel it? We know that it's possible. It is God possible. We are divine catalysts for peace through us, the infinite that we choose to call God. is reigning, revealing his dream. We are the divine catalyst for peace. And we make it happen, and so it is. Amen. If we don't have your details already as a panelist, please let our organizers have your details. And anyone who believes that there's something you can contribute, somebody must make it happen. Peace wouldn't happen as an event. We have to cultivate it. Somebody must start cultivating it. So if you believe there's something you can do to support, as we're not asking you for anything, all we're asking is that we'll have some few Zoom meetings. We shall have some few Zoom meetings to discuss this over and over and over and come to a clear document that we can all believe in. Document you can take to your own authorities so we can all believe that this document can support humanity. Then we shall present it to the right authorities. So panelists, we are actually inviting you to continue to participate with us. Somebody must take the step, and we are taking the step. Thank you for participating with us. Peace.
Thank you very much, Daddy. We can do it better for Brother Ishmael Tete. So we are gradually coming to the end of our program. It's been wonderful so far, right? Great. So just one quick announcement. There are some small tickets that are going around, white and green. It's for our refreshments at the end. So those who are getting the white ones, the setup is right at the entrance. And those getting the green cards, the setup is at the carport. So once we finish here, you walk majestically to the side for your love treat. And talking about love treats, we need to show love. You know, there was a time I visited, we were having a discussion, and a friend said that I don't even understand why when we go for weddings and funerals, churches are taking offertory. And I said, you've enjoyed the music, right? You enjoyed the fans, right? You saw the music that was projected on the TVs and you sang to the glory of God. That is what our offerings are used to maintain the church, to spread the word far and beyond, because this message shouldn't end here today. We need to share it on social media. We need to share it so that the world knows that we can create peace. So we are going to take a love offering to support promoting peace. So your offertory doesn't go to God, no. It's just to help the church promote its doctrines. And today is to promote peace. So ushers, are we ready? I'll invite the youth band so we can do that quickly. Then we will say our closing prayer and enjoy our refreshments. Ushers, youth band, it's time for your love offering, please.
sorrows like sea billows roll. Whatever my Lord that has taught me to say, it is well with my soul. 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 When peace like a river attended my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my Lord that has taught me to say, it is well with my soul. 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 Awesome God, mighty God, awesome God, mighty God, we give you praise. Awesome God, we give you praise. Awesome God, you are lifted up. Awesome God, you are lifted up. Mighty God.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Youth Band, for that. All too soon, we've come to the end of our program. And I want us to give the loudest applause for ourselves for making this happen. Thank you. So on behalf of the founder, the leader, the executive, the Council of Elders of Etherean Mission and Conscious Humanity, I want to say a very big thank you to you all for joining the 2025 PLD program. You have made it happen, and we say thank you. I also want to say a big thank you to our panelists who have shared insightful thoughts and ideas to make this year's topic and theme worthwhile. And we know, and I know, we are all going home with nuggets of wisdom to see how we can become emissaries of peace. I also want to acknowledge the participation of all faith-based organizations, the Hindu Monastery, Center for Spiritual Awareness, Ekankar, Across Faith Foundation, Hare Krishna Movement, Jan Cosmic Foundation, the Methodist Church, the Church of Latter-day Saints, the Anglican Church Ghana, Church Universal and Triumph, and our Rastafarian Movement. Thank you for making this happen. A big thank you also goes to the audiovisual team who has made this program successful, to our ushers who have guided us, and also to the organizers who, right from the beginning of the year up to now, are still planning and making every event for our 50th anniversary possible and a success. Ethereum Mission is 50 years, and this is our 50th anniversary PLD program. Thank you all. Tomorrow, when you hear Peace FM, Kokoroko 6 a.m. is Ethereum Mission saying thank you. And it's not just thank you, it's also an invitation for you to join us tomorrow here for church service. We start our meditation at 8:30 a.m. Then we move into our classes for metaphysics, where we study that which is beyond the physical and also the divine aspects of God. Then we congregate together at 10 o'clock for our service. So you are all invited to join us for service tomorrow, Sunday, and make it beautiful. Thank you once again, everyone. Oh, and I think we have the media here. Please make sure that you put ink in it and make the AI send the message far and beyond so that the whole world knows that we are talking about peace and it starts with us. So we'll take our closing prayer. That will be given by Brother Isaac Jibuli. But before that, we will take one mantra from our friends from the Hare Krishna who usher us. Hindu monastery, okay. If you're okay, whilst they get ready, let's have the closing prayer quickly, then we will go into the songs. Once we finish, please, I would entreat all our panelists to please move to the side of the church. We have an interaction briefly with you before you leave. So, Brother Isaac Jibunu, please give us the closing prayer. Once again, it's been a pleasure moderating this program. See you all tomorrow at church. Bye.
God bless you. Gently allow your eyes to close for a short prayer. God, the everlasting presence and energy of love that has emanated as each and every individual here. We are grateful and we are thankful that through this program we are coming into remembrance of ourselves as love beings, and through this peace is established in our lifetime. We accept this as done and we give thanks, and so it is. Amen. Amen.
Amen. So please, can we have our friends from the Hindu monastery? And
Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Prastaya, Bhutale, Srimate Bhaktivedanta, Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Goravani Pracharine Nivesesa Sunyavade Paschatyade Satarina. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,